Hello, everyone, and welcome back to NOATV. I'm Larry Barabino, Jr., CEO of NORD Commission. Listen, this year has really flown by. We're coming to the end of 2022, but we're preparing for 2023. Today's show, we're going to talk about a few different things. We're going to talk about what's going on with NORD, with sports, the end of the year activities that took place. But of course, we're going to talk about Christmas is coming up and giving back. How important it is to give back. We're going to have different partners here with us talk about what's going on, the different things that they're doing in the community, and not just with NORD, right? And of course, we're going to come back and talk about a huge celebration that NORD is doing for the very first time, our inaugural lighting of Joe Brown Memorial Park. So please stay with us and enjoy this episode.
The city of New Orleans has so much to offer for recreation to its residents. So many ways to see the city's natural beauty, explore hidden gems, and live a healthy lifestyle. It's not the NORD you remember, it's more. Jump in, create a masterpiece, or see one. With NORD, there's something for everyone.
All right, so let's jump right into it, guys. Again, this is a new episode here, and I have with me today Coach Courtney. Let me get his name right. Coach Courtney. Coach Courtney is the coach over at Carey Curley Playground. So Courtney is also NORD's commentator, right? Courtney is the one that sits in the press box and he reviews the games. He's the MC of the games. He's the commentator. But he have all the highlights of what's going on. So again, welcome back to the show, Coach.
Happy to be here again, man. I love it here.
Definitely. So let's talk about the wrap-up of NORD's football season, as well as we'll now talk about NORD volleyball. So give me the gist of NORD football season. What took place this year?
Oh, man. First of all, NORD football season was a great act. It was a great act. Starting off with the novice division where you had the Barabino Jaguars beating the Willie Hall Panthers. And what made that game so exciting, it was two old legends, Coach Leno at Willie Hall, Coach Torre and Jude at Barabino, recapped again last time they played the championship 2013 against each other. So that was big for 5 and 6. 7 and 8, the Lehman Chargers, they took care of the Willie Hall Panthers, which was game wasn't close. Lehman is a little bit more advanced than most teams that we had this year. Then when you get to the 9 and 10-year-old game, that was the game that was most interesting because you had the legend in Johnny Wright going against Coach Mark at Conrad. Willie Hall and Conrad, Johnny won it again. And that's why he is considered the wizard and the GOAT of our time in this generation in our football. 11 and 12, Willie Hall again, Coach B, with the upset victory I would call over Milne and Coach Mo. This guy, Edward Daly the Hawk, was phenomenal in that game. I had to name drop him because he's that good of a player. And then in 13-14, Lehman also won another championship, taking care of the cutoff. So that wrapped up the winners from the championship games in NORD football.
Okay. So sound like what I'm hearing is Willie Hall, the program.
The program.
Had 4 teams in city championship this year.
Yeah.
Is that unusual?
That's the standard for what Willie Hall is.
Okay.
I think they set a mark in what programs should want to be.
Okay.
When you think about, like I say, the progression of the program, and they do everything in a certain order, from 5 and 6 to 13-14. So Willie Hall is the standard of what sports programs and all should look like.
And with saying that, I give kudos to and congrats to all teams that participated in the city championships, and congrats to those that won the city championship. But I give kudos to Coach Johnny White.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason I give kudos to Coach Johnny White is because he's the supervisor at Willie Hall Playground. He's that glue that holds the fabric together, right? So what you see is based upon his dedication.
Yes.
And it starts with strong leadership at a playground level in order for you to see what takes place. So definitely congrats to all the teams that participated, but definitely a huge shout out to Coach Johnny White for what you do. Your continued hard work, dedication, and commitment to NORD, but to the kids that you serve. Shout out to Coach Johnny White.
And one thing about John, if I must say, he does things the right way.
Right.
And that makes it more valuable in a sense of looking at he does everything the right way.
Okay, so we're going to fast forward that, right? So what else took place after the regular football season? Give me the highlights.
The biggest highlight to me was the Mesquite trip.
Okay. But before the Mesquite trip, you had the All-Star game.
Oh, the All-Star game. Set up the Mesquite trip, the All-Star game, another win for NORD, another big win for NORD. And the All-Star game showed that guys can come together on a football field because you had different players and different coaches from different parks all having to gel together and work with these teams together. And it was fun.
Right.
It was fun, and I think the All-Star game, what it did was it solidified the fun being back in the game of NORD, where it wasn't about winning or losing or who was the champion and who wasn't. The All-Star game brought that notoriety to all the other players in the league.
Okay. All right, so with that, and let's just touch bases on volleyball, right? So NORD hosted its NORD Volleyball, where it grew. You know, had well over 100 plus kids participating, girls participating in volleyball, but middle school volleyball. Middle school volleyball has returned back with NORD, and I want to Lake Forest girls won the middle school championship. Congratulations to them and their coach. It was a great game between them and I think it was Moulton School. It was a great game. Congratulations to those girls. But tell me a little about middle school football.
Oh, middle school football. Last time we talked, I had a prediction, and I thought Lafayette Academy was going to win, and they did. And they beat Kip Memorial. But NORD football. Middle school football was something that has grew from when it was taken on last year to this year. More competitive, and the word I'm getting out is more teams, more schools want to join the league because of how fun it was. But shout out to Coach Lou and Lafayette. They did a great job with all the all-star players, Batman on that team, Nigel Marshall on that team. They had great players on that team.
So tell me, you started to talk about the Dallas trip.
The Dallas trip, my opinion, again, strong opinion, I think it could have been one of the best things for NORD athletics moving forward. It got a chance for the kids to get away from outside of Joe Brown, Harrell, Berman, and go to another city to gel with each other, to gel with coaches that would have been the opposition prior 8 weeks. So that was the thing. It brought fun back to football for NORD. And then the coaches. The beauty thing about the coaches that they got to be with each other outside the whistle, outside the playbook. Even with you being there, we got to see our CEO, our leader, as one of us. And we got to sit down and play cards and see each other outside of the job, in a sense, right? And the travel experience, nobody had to drive, which was beautiful. Nobody had to pay for food, which was beautiful. Nobody had to pay for rooms, which was beautiful. And I think that camaraderie that was shown on that trip, those guys brought that back to New Orleans, and they want to bring that back again.
Right. Hey, man, listen, it was a pleasure, it was a privilege, and it was an honor for us to host that trip. NORD chartered 3 buses. We had close to 100 kids and coaches and NORD staff to go to Mesquite, Texas, to compete in a football tournament. Mesquite came to New Orleans last year, right? And they didn't win a game. So they invited us to come to Mesquite, and we went out to Mesquite to play them. And of course, again, they didn't win a game, right? But it was for me, it was personal to give these kids that opportunity to come together, for the coaches to come together, and to go out and represent the city of New Orleans. The key thing I told the kids was, you're not representing your playground. You're not representing your park. You're representing the city of New Orleans. And these kids collectively came together. Those coaches collectively came together and represented the city at a high level.
I really want to ask you a question. I know this is your show, but I have to ask you this.
Sure.
Because when we went on a trip, we didn't talk about the football, but it seemed like it was personal for you. Yes. You did some talking, right? But I just wanted to ask you, how did this trip even come about? Because it seemed personal. I wanted to know, like, how did this even come to take place with us in Mesquite?
Sure. Well, it became between. This trip came about because a good childhood friend, Fount Rao, who grew up in the community, played at Willie Hall with us, now lives in Mesquite, Texas. He runs Mesquite Football League. So he trash talked. He trash talked about Texas football. And he trash talked about what they can do and how their football is at another level. So I challenged him last year to bring teams to New Orleans. They did. They didn't win a game. So he challenged us to come to Texas because they felt it was home cooking when it came to New Orleans. So we went to Texas, and it was the same results. So I told him, we didn't cook anything. We were guests.
Yes.
We just bought it. Right?
Yeah.
So listen, I want to thank you for being on the show again. We definitely look forward to you coming back and talk about our next sport that's coming up, which is basketball. We look forward to it. But again, listen, this is Coach Courtney. He will be here. He's our sports commentator here with NORD. Thank you for being here. And we'll be right back with our next guest that's coming on, Eric Wright with Wright and Gray Trial Lawyers. All right, welcome back. So I am excited to have a friend, have a Zulu brother, have a great sponsoring partner here with me. I have Eric Wright with Wright and Gray Trial Lawyers. How's everything going this morning, Eric?
Everything's going great, Larry, and I'm pleasure to be here this morning.
Okay. So listen, I'm gonna jump right in it, right? First and foremost, I want to say thank you. Thank you and your partners, you and Darryl and James Jimmy Harris, for your continued support, contributions, efforts to NORD, right? You guys have, through conversations, you guys said, hey, we want to support NORD, and y'all haven't missed a beat. You guys have been there supporting NORD, and I just need to ask a question. Why? Why support NORD?
Well, we believe in giving back to the community. Wright and Gray Trial Lawyers, our motto is for the culture, for the community, and for you, and we mean it. Those who have helped us get to where we are, we feel very strongly that we have to give back. As you know, I grew up in the city of New Orleans. I came through the NORD program, and there were a lot of those coaches and volunteers that gave back to me. Darryl's done the same. Jimmy's done the same. Coming up in our cities and having that community assistance, community help push to make us what we are today. So we believe strongly in giving back to the community, and at every opportunity we get, as you know, we partner with you guys. We have several partnerships in the city to give back to the community in various ways, and we're going to continue to do that.
Okay, so besides your contributions with NORD, right? And so let me get to this. Wright and Gray Trial Lawyers, they're the naming sponsors for NORD Toy Giveaway and have been for the last 3 years, right? So thank you for that. We have served hundreds and hundreds of kids with toys for the last 2 to 3 years with this partnership, right? So thank you guys for that.
It's a pleasure.
But you guys do more. You guys just doesn't partner with NORD. So besides what we're doing this Christmas, which is on December 17th at Lafitte Greenway, we're doing our drive-through toy giveaway again, sponsored by Wright and Gray Trial Lawyers. But you guys are doing more. You guys have gone beyond the call of duty, as I see. Besides what you're doing with NORD, what else are you guys doing for this Christmas?
We're going to be pretty busy next Saturday. Like you said, we're working with you guys with NORD, with the toy giveaway, but we're also partnering with NOPD, who has a toy giveaway that's going to be at Hines, I believe, next week at the same day. And that same day, we partnered with Inspire NOLA and Zulu for a toy giveaway that's going to be hosted at McDonald 35. So that's the involvement we have in the community with Christmas giveaways this year.
Right. Hey, so listen, so you guys, the great thing about it is I know all three of the partners on a personal level and as friends, right? So I know Daryl's the clown, the comedian of it. And I'm putting this out there, Daryl's the jokester of the group, right?
Yeah.
You know, I know you. And so, but I want to give also a special shout out to your partner, Senator James Jimmy Harris, because not only is he a partner with you guys and he contribute with this, but he does so much for NORD from the state level, whether it's through capital funds that he give us to help renovate, rebuild different facilities, or state appropriated dollars where we can expand programs and offer more. He has been a great partner from the state side, from the contribution side. So I want to give that shout out to Senator James Jimmy Harris. Now going forward, that's Jimmy, right? That's Jimmy. So, but you guys do a lot. Now, one thing also that, as you guys mentioned, you partner with the 3rd District Police Station. So with this partnership, NORD is also partnering with NOPD, and we're looking to give 100 young men, teens, and young teens haircuts next week at Joe Brown Memorial Park on December 22nd. And it's going to be during the day, and we'll make sure that you can find all that information on our website. But with that, those 100 kids that's come to get the free haircuts, Wright and Gray is sponsoring $20 gift cards for those young kids so that they can go to Walmart or wherever we have the gift cards from and get them any needed items that they need. So that's big, right?
Yeah.
For a young man going into Christmas, they get one, a fresh haircut, and then they'll get $20 gift card. They might want to get mom a gift, you know, might want to get something that they need, you know. So that's big, and those are the kind of things that we do in partnership with Wright and Gray. And listen, as much as we appreciate and love your partnership, I want the public to know that we have room for more partnerships as well. We have room for more donors and sponsors to come to the table and to be a part of, you know, and it's not just about Christmas, because Wright and Gray comes anytime we call to partner. During this year, we're celebrating our 75th anniversary. Wright and Gray sponsored the alumni picnic, right, which was big.
It was huge.
And definitely, thank you guys. So I want to give you the opportunity to mention anything else that we haven't had a chance to.
Well, we partner with you guys, and we have various other partnerships. But Wright and Gray, we stay busy in the community. We also do our, turkey giveaway. We partnered with Inspire NOLA, had a great turnout at the turkey giveaway at Alice Hart School a couple of weeks ago. Annually, we give scholarships to kids, high school kids that are going to college. We're about to kick off a literacy program that'll be coming soon. And just about on a monthly basis, you're going to see Wright and Gray doing something in the community. That's what we do. This community that takes care of us and helps us to be one of the most successful firms in the state of Louisiana. We feel that we owe it to give it back, and we're going to continue to do that.
Definitely. Hey, listen, thanks for all you do. And I want the public to know and understand, Wright and Gray trial lawyers, right? They're law firms. So if you need an attorney,
we're pretty good at that too.
There you go. Pretty good at that too. So thank you for being here. Thank your partners for all that they do. We look forward to partnering with you guys on more in upcoming events and activities, right? So hey guys, listen, we look forward to continuing these conversations, and I'll be up next. I have coming up, should I say, Johanna Cannon Brightman. We're going to talk about lighting up Joe Brown Park for the first time. Eric Wright, thank you for being here, man. I look forward to continuing working with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
The City of New Orleans has so much to offer for recreation to its residents. So many ways to see the city's natural beauty, explore hidden gems, and live a healthy lifestyle. It's not the NORD you remember, it's more. Jump in, create a masterpiece, or see one. With NORD, there's something for everyone.
All right, so welcome back to NOATV, and again, thanks for joining us. So I want to make a correction with my last episode with Eric Wright. I spoke about the NORD partnership with NOPD and the haircuts that they're doing in the gift cards. That event is not scheduled for December 22nd. It is scheduled for December 21st. However, the 100 teams are being pre-selected by NOPD from their officers that work in the different schools, and they're selecting the kids out of the schools that they work with, needy kids that they know possibly can't afford to get a haircut, and some kids that they're working with. So those will be the 100 young men that will be selected for that, and that is on December 21st. So I wanted to put that out there. Now, welcoming here with me today, I have Johanna Cannon Brightman, who's the Chief Programming Officer of NORD. Welcome back to the show, Johanna, because you've been on the show before.
Thanks for having me again.
Definitely. So what we want to talk about is NORD's Holidays in the Park, NORD's inaugural Holidays in the Park, right? So NORD, for the first time, is lighting up Joe Brown. And trust me, NORD could not do this by ourselves. So Johanna, talk about Holidays in the Park event that's coming up.
Okay. So for the past 3 years, a group of residents from the New Orleans area have been talking about how they could have a celebration in the Oaks type a Christmas show in Joe W. Brown Park. So they've met, they've also planned, they went out to the business community to seek sponsorships so that they can make sure that this happened. So over the past year, they've did that, they've planned, and they have finally had the opportunity to get enough sponsorship to make it happen. So this year we have worked with a company called Winterland, which is a national company that lights many different light shows across the country. Well, we partnered with them, and they came down, they sent a crew of men along with the supplies, I want to say from Wisconsin, and they have installed many lights. I don't want to give a number, but many lights in Joe W. Brown. These are the LED lights, the same type of light shows that you would see at some of the other popular light shows across the city. So we're really excited. This is our first time doing it, as you mentioned. It's our inaugural year. We're happy that this year it will be free to the public, but we want sustainability. We don't want this to be the only time. So the only way we can sustain it is to have partnerships with organizations, the business community, and to get sponsorships going forward.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about partnerships, right? So we know that, of course, it takes partnerships to make this happen. So you spoke about the community members and community groups that have come together. Can you name some of our political partners that's at the table and sponsors, and also some of our sponsors that are at the table for this?
Absolutely. So first, we would like to give our thanks to Congressman Troy Carter. He has definitely spearheaded and moved this further along than we even thought it was possible at this time. We also want to thank Senator Jimmy Harris for his commitment, as well as Senator Joseph Bowie. In addition to that, Representative Jason Hughes. All of them have really been at the table and have done their best to push this forward to make it happen, and it's finally happening. In addition to that, we are very appreciative of Wade Vergis, who owns Vergis Properties in New Orleans East. He owns many of the businesses. He actually have been on the committee since its inception a few years ago. He started off with purchasing a light fixture that goes across our bridge and lit our bridge. And since then, he has definitely been at the table and an advocate to make this happen in New Orleans East. Also, Bayou Braces, which is a very popular dentist in New Orleans East, they've been at the table and very excited as well, who contributed, $25,000 to see this happen. In addition to that, Eno Knock has been at the table as well. They're very excited, which represents all of the neighborhoods in New Orleans East. So we're really happy to have their sponsorship. We also have Entergy have contributed, Liberty has contributed, Lil Dizzy's has contributed, Morals and Mondays have contributed. In fact, Miss Lenora has also been a part of this since the beginning and its inception as well. We have Toyota of New Orleans. We have Honda, Premier Honda also is a partner. We have Wright and Gray that contributed. We also have Rain, which is a company that sells sanitary napkins, but they also contributed. So it's just a host of organizations that really believe in this mission, would like to give holiday cheer to the community, and so they have definitely put their financial resources behind us to make sure that this happens.
Right. So we're saying that, listen, and there's a host of other small groups and that have come to the table. Shout out to the different community groups that come to the table. Different partners come to the table. But one of our political leaders that you mistakenly forgot to mention is our great councilman of that district, Councilman Oliver Thomas, whose staff who've been at the table with us, helping on the planning with this. And we're excited about this,
and
right?
also, I apologize, you're correct, Councilman Oliver Thomas, as well as our council president, Helena Moreno.
Yes.
How could I forget both of them?
Yes. But with that, so we're excited about doing the ribbon cutting on today, actually.
It is tonight.
It is tonight, December 7th, 5:30 p.m., 5 to 5:30 p.m. We're going to light up the park. Mayor Cantrell will be there. Our elected officials are all invited to be there. But it's about the public. So we're asking the community to come through. You know, this year it's free, right? This year's free. The inaugural year is free. But in order for us to sustain this, we're asking more sponsors and donors to come to the table. You'll come through tonight. You'll see it's beautiful out there, right? And make no mistake about it, it wasn't free. Shout out to all our partners and donors because they raised up to $100,000 to make this happen. You know, so but in order for us to continue to have this, we have to be able to generate revenue to make sure that it happens, right? So with that, tell me what different kind of activities that will be going on throughout the course of time over this Christmas holidays, and when is the last day that they'll be able to see the lights?
Thank you so much. Okay, so it will begin tonight, as you said, December the 7th. It will go through January the 2nd. Okay. The show will open each night at dark, about 5 o'clock p.m., and it will run through 9 o'clock p.m., okay? And then also, we will have some activities that's happening. So we will have, for example, tonight we're having a Carver and 8 bands that'll be there, as well as the NORD choir. We also have 2 movies scheduled, and so we're getting that information out to the public as well. The names of the movies escape me, so I sincerely apologize for that. And then we also want to have some vendors, and we want to have musical performances as well. And this is a work in progress. And what I mean by that is, you know, as we plan this and as we have this annually, we will be able to have a full schedule drawn out so that we can make sure that the public come out and have a great time. Sometimes some of them have had some issues with commitment, but nevertheless, we do have a great opportunity for the community to not only enjoy the lights, but also have some entertainment.
Okay. Well, Johanna, listen, I want to thank you for coming back on the show. Thank you for bringing information on the event that's coming up, the Holidays in the Park. We look forward to having you to come on more. So with that, we'll be right back to close out this segment today. Thank you.
As our city is opening back up, NORD is excited to welcome our patrons back to our facilities and playgrounds. Playgrounds, tennis centers, swimming pools, and our teen centers are all ready to offer you a variety of recreational activities. You can feel safe knowing that NORD is following all CDC and city's guidelines to bring our communities back to play safely.
I want to thank everyone for coming on, watching the show. You know, hey, as we come to the end of the year here at NORD, we look forward to going into 2023. But as we reflect, you know, we look at all the great things that have taken place over 2022, how our programs have grown, how we've impacted more residents, brought more programming to the table, more offerings to our residents, but we continue to move forward. I ask you guys to enjoy your holiday season, spend time with your family, make these moments memorable with your families. So as we look into ending this year, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays to all, to you and your family. I look forward to seeing you again in 2023. But also, make sure you visit NORD's website, nordc.org, to find out all the great things that we're doing here at NORD. Thank you, and Happy Holidays.